It is April 2025, and Wizards of the Coast has just released the latest set for Magic the Gathering, Takir Dragonstorm. Today we're going to be opening up 2 Play Booster boxes, as well as a Collector Booster box of 12 packs of Collector Boosters on today's video. This is episode 1 of 2. We're going to have 2 of these openings, both with 2 Play Boosters and 1 Collector Booster box. We're going to save the Collector Booster box for the end, and we are going to jump right in to our first Play Booster box. Now these are cards, packs with, I believe, 15 cards each. We'll give that a look just to make sure, but that's the standard that they've been. And I believe this is 30 packs, like most standard sets are. We're gonna pop this bad boy open. We have a incredibly good-looking set in Takir here. Very exciting. We have a bunch of draft archetypes for those of you that are looking to do pre-release. The pre-release for this set will be this Friday. So that is April... let's check. April 4th. So, if you want to attend a pre-release, hit us up at Jaff Comics in Bethlehem and join us if you see this video by then. If not, we have plenty of products available at Jaff Comics for you to pick up yourselves, including these Play Booster packs, boxes, Collector Booster packs and boxes as well. We're going to showcase some of the cards today that I am very excited for. Let's get going. Let's take a look at these packs too while we're starting to open. Nicely foiled. Very pleasant experience. Let's take a look and see here. So we have an art card in the back, like usual. And we start with our commons. Shock Brigade, Menace, and Mobilize. Ooh, we have a filter creature to add one of any of the Abzan colors. And it also can return from graveyard to hand. That's fun. Trader Envoy. Creature DBs. Draw a card. I love seeing draw a card on these things, especially in common. Let's see. Anything super exciting? Ooh, fresh start. So we have an Aura with Flash. Enchanting creature gets -5, -0, and loses all abilities. That's a great combat trick. We're into our first uncommons here. Frontline Rush. Create some goblins. Glad to see some goblin love. Here's Opulent Palace. One of these standard shard lands of the, I believe that's the Bant variety. Oh no, the Sultai variety. Black, green, blue. And our first rare, very exciting, we have a mono green, so you can put this in any deck that has green for commander. That's its color identity at least. And it is a Sultai land, so an island or a swamp. If you control one of those, the land enters untapped, otherwise it enters tapped. Can add a green, and 3 and a green, tap it. You can surveil 2. I know the blue one of these is incredible. We are really hoping to open one of these, but or one of those. But this is also a great card. Kishla Village. Awesome. And our first foil is Rebellious Strike. Little combat trick. Target creature gets +3/+0 until end of turn, and you draw a card for 2. Little combat trick. We love to see that. Ooh, and we have a Bloodfell Caves. So it looks like our land slot can be any of the tapped lands for 2 colors. I'm assuming we might be able to get a 3-color tri-land in there as well. I'm not sure. But the basic lands, once we open some of those, they have a number of dragon-themed arts for those. So we're going to be very excited to see that coming up soon. I don't know how often we will see those in Play Booster packs, but let's find out together, huh? Alright, we have a Devoted Duelist, Haste and Flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. Very nice. Evolving Wilds, always a great card for your draft experiences and stuff, as well as a commander staple for budget decks. Gets you any basic land. Cruel Truths, instant, surveil 2, draw 2, lose 2 life. Hey, that's great for 4 mana. I love to see that in black. Oh, and this is one of our first Omen cards that I'm seeing, at least. Sagu Windling. And its Omen is called Roost Seek, so at a sorcery speed, You can pay a green, search your library for a basic land, reveal that card, put it into your hand, then shuffle. And then you also shuffle this card into your library as well when you do that shuffle. That's the difference between these omens and stuff like adventure. So these split cards, we've seen adventures in the past, but this is a new take on that, and I'm very excited to see how these will actually play. But then you also have your creature side, flying. When this creature ETBs, gain 3 life. This is going to be awesome. We have a Bell Ringer with flying for a little cost reduction. Tempest Hawk. Hey, so this is our, I think, 4th set in this past couple of years that has had a mono white. A deck can have any number of cards named this creature, along with the likes of Heir Apparent and stuff like that. But that's great. Whenever it deals combat damage to your player, you can search your library for another Tempest Hawk, put it to hand, and then cast that one later. That's great. We have a Gurmag Nightwatch. Creature ETBs, do a thing. Descendant of Storms. A Goldkeeper, I think that is our... Ooh, that's our second uncommon. This is a Sultai card. 3/3 flying. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard during your turn, create a treasure token. Seems nice. And Sultai, absolutely. And it has a renew effect as well for some extra sauce. Ooh. Channeled Dragonfire and deals 2 damage to any target for 1, or you can Harmonize for 7. So Harmonize is another mechanic that I don't think we've seen before, but for 7, you may cast this card from your graveyard for its Harmonize cost, and you may tap a creature you control to reduce that cost by X, where X is its power, then exile this spell. So it's a great take on Flashback, but with a very new flavor, and I'm also excited to see how these will work in Constructed. Ooh, our rare, or at least one of our rares, we may have multiples in these play boosters. Bloom Vine Regent. We have another Omen, claim territory. Search your library for up to 2 basic forests, reveal them, put one to the battlefield tapped, the other to hand, then shuffle. So that is just the effect of Cultivate, more or less, except it only gets basic forests. So mono green, excellent. And then you have your creature side as well that cares about dragons, and it's a dragon itself. Very cool. Little dragon in the forest. Let's see, and we do have another rare in this pack. Barren Step Siege. Enchantment ETBs, you can choose a mode. So you can choose either Abzan or Mardu. If you choose Abzan at the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. If you choose Mardu, beginning of end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. Ooh, that is spicy. Each of your end steps, creature sacks a each opponent sacks a creature. That is great. And still no dragon lands yet, but we're going to get those soon, I'm sure. I've been very excited for this set. There's a lot of big hits in this set compared to... I mean, we had a lot of fun opening the previous set of Aether Drift. The flavor in that set was fantastic. But the cards for Commander were somewhat lacking. This set looks like absolute gas, though. We have a Human Druid. ETBs Endures 1. Put a +1/+1 or get a Spirit. Sarkhan's Resolve. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Destroy target creature with flying at instant speed. Awesome little multimodal spell. Ringing Strike Mastery. Another Aura. Very cool. Poise Practitioner. Just Guy Devotee. A Reputable Merchant. Human Citizen. ETBs or dies. Put a +1/+1 on target creature you control. Cool flavor. And we got a little guy selling out of the shell of a turtle. That's really cool. We have an Earth Carver. Fleeting Effigy. Marshal of the Lost. Getting close to our rare. And Laced Prowler. ETBs, you may mill cards equal to the number of lands you control. Okay. And then renew for 1 and a green. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put X +1/+1s on another target creature. And where X is the number of land cards in your graveyard. Only as a sorcery. That seems great in landfall decks. Heck yeah. Oh! Okay, so we can get these showcase cards, these arts, in play boosters. That's very cool. I wasn't sure if those are going to be collector booster exclusive, but they are not, which is great. We have Yothon Road Watcher. Almost looks like an E there, just because of the white of the helmet there, but that's cool. Creature ETBs, we cast it, mill 4. If you do, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Awesome. And we have a... We haven't hit... Ooh, Reliquary Dragon, though. All colors, flying lifelink, enters 3 damage to any target. Awesome. We haven't hit any of the really cool lands yet. I'm sure we'll see some soon, but can't wait. I don't know if all of the different arts of the basics are the dragon basics, or if there's other ones in the set or not. Getting a few duplicates already, that's okay. We might even just do that. There we go. Tawny back, technique, monument, breaker, and Severance Priest. We're gonna speed things up a little bit because we have a lot to show you, and I'm sure some of you will have already seen a lot from this set, so we don't want to hold you up too much, and we'll get to the exciting stuff of the collector boosters because those are going to have all the really insane arts and tons of rares per pack. But Severance Priest, an Abzan Death Touch creature, we would love to see this guy be legendary because I feel like he could be a great little commander, but alas. Now foil. Wow, we still haven't gotten any basics. We'll see how that works. I keep talking a big game. We just don't get to see them. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't do basics in the regular packs, though, just to support 3 colors in draft and sealed a lot easier. We'll find out. Twin Bolt. Let's see here. 2 damage among divided as you choose among 1 or 2 targets for 2. Very neat. We always love to see that in the limited play pools. Oh, here's another tri-land. This one is for red, white, and black. Sage, War Effort, and I believe our rare. Oh, all right, our first big hit, and we're only like 4 packs in. Ugin, Eye of the Storms. He is a legendary planeswalker for 7. That says, when you cast this spell, exile up to 1 target permanent that is 1 or more colors. When you cast a colorless spell, this is the crazy part. When you cast a colorless spell, exile up to 1 target permanent that is 1 or more colors. So if you put this in a colorless deck, like an Eldrazi deck for Commander, this is 7. You can do the 0 to get 3 mana back, so it's almost 4 mana. And then you just have this effect whenever you cast a colorless spell. You get to exile a permanent, which is fantastic. Plus its ult is also incredible as well. Search your library for any number of colorless non-land cards, exile them, shuffle, until end of turn. You can cast those cards without paying their mana costs. This is an absolute crazy card in any single colorless deck, and that is our first huge hit of the box. Oh, we have a little art card with a little signature on it as well. Very cool. Woo! Starting strong with an Ugin. There's, I think that's the most expensive card. I know this is pre-release pricing, but Ugin is selling for upwards of $75 already. So that's just a gigantic hit and one of the most expensive cards in the set currently. At least, especially in just regular art too. So our second rare, ooh, and we get to see one of the other treatments. So we've seen a rare in this kind of silhouette dragon background thing, treatment card art. But they also have these dragon wings, which just look really sick. Even just in this green, we have Sagu Wildling, which I believe we saw before. That was the first Omen card that we looked at. But man, some beautiful art. I can't wait to see a red card with this because I feel like the red dragons are just the, namesake dragons, and they're just gonna look so cool. But speaking of dragons, we have a Dragonologist. When it ETBs, you look at the top 6 cards of your library, can reveal an instant, sorcery, or dragon from among them, put it to hand, rest in the bottom, and untap dragons you control have hexproof. Great card. And still no basics. All right, I see how it goes. I mean, we really can't complain since we already have an Ugin, only a few packs in. And I know we're going to see a ton of those Dragon Basics in the collector boosters. So, can't complain too much. Let's see. And for our first rare, hey, Codis the Fang Keeper. I have already built a deck, a commander deck for him. He is an absolute bomb, indestructible, Sultai, 4 mana, legendary creature zombie warrior. When he deals combat damage to a player, exile the top X cards of their library, where X is the amount of damage dealt. You can cast any number of those spells with mana value X or less from among them without paying their mana costs. Yeah, it is, God, the card, Villainous Wealth. Almost slipped my brain. Villainous Wealth just on a creature that you can have in your command zone that's indestructible, where the X is just the amount of damage dealt. So you can just put, I built my deck personally with all these swords, so Sword of Feast and Famine, Sword of Fire and Ice, etc., all 11 of them. And I've played it once already, even though it's pre-release. I don't have the actual card, but we're cool like that in the play group. So tested it out, and it is already heat. So that is awesome. He may not be worth much, but he is exciting nonetheless. And another Sagu Wildling in our next pack. Interesting. I mean, it's a great card. The greens, be able to get your lands out. Another Tempest Hawk. I think that's our second that we've seen. I haven't been counting, but maybe we should, just to see how many we get in a single box. Not that they're guaranteed a set number, but it would be interesting since you can have any number in a deck. Dragonfire Blade. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, hexproof monocolored. Equip 4, costs 1 less for each color of the creature it targets. That's cool. That's actually really cool. I could put that in Codis too. Because hexproof for monocolored, plus the +2/+2. And use the 3 colors, so it's only equip 1. Yeah, that's great. Adorned Croc. Yeah, we haven't seen a basic yet. Interesting. Alright. You didn't see anything there. We definitely don't have a 3-color card towards the end of this. Not at all. Ooh, okay. Awaken the Honored Dead, a saga for our rare. Destroy target non-land permanent on lore counter 1. Counter 2 will be mill 3 cards, and counter 3, you can discard a card. When you do, return target creature or land from graveyard to hand. Not bad for 3 mana. Oh, and the Dragonfire Blade in, ooh, okay. I was going to say, I'm looking forward to the reds, but even this gray is pretty fantastic. With all these dragons adorning the side, and wings. Oof. And it's very fitting because it is the Dragonfire Blade. It's almost like that little piece there is very much the art inspiration for these sides as well. Alright. Our next card. Nope, just our foil. No foil rares yet. And no basics. Let's keep it going. Underfoot Underdogs. That's a fun name. Create some goblins. Love me some goblins. Another Devotee, a Sentinel, another Blade, and our next rare, making sure we didn't miss one, Revival of the Ancestors. Create 3/1/1 spirits, distribute 3 +1/+1 counters, and a creature's control gain trample lifelink. Nice. Ooh, and our first foil rare of the box. This is the black land that's basically in the Sultai colors for Forest Plains, or not Sultai rather, Abzan. Forest and Plains for just any mono black deck. 1 in a black, tap, exile a card from your graveyard, creature card from graveyard, create a 1/1 spirit. Nice. Oh, okay, so we do have our first basic, and it's a basic island. It's cool art, but it's nothing compared to the full arts that we're going to see. Again, they're, I believe, guaranteed in the collector booster boxes to have 1 dragon art each, and there's 2 different types of dragon art. So since we've already seen that we haven't gotten one, ooh, let me take a look at this Omen. Since we haven't got one yet, I would assume they're not in the play boosters and probably only collectors. But We have Feral Deathgorger. Its omen is put a +1/+1 on a card, on a creature and draw a card. Flying Death Touch, ETBs, exile 2 cards from a graveyard. Okay. Not too shabby. And our rare, Voice of Victory. Mobilize 2. And your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Okay. 2 mana for that. And it's Mobilize. That's pretty solid. A lot of people play Kutsil in like CEDH, competitive commander. And effects like this where opponents can't cast spells during your turn can be very, very influential in decks that can take advantage of them in more competitive formats. So that's very neat. I did not know that card existed until now, and it probably should go in a deck of mine. Alright. Let's see. Agent. Ooh, a globe. Each dragon you control ETBs with a +1/+1. Oh, that's a nice little mana rock. 3 mana and your dragons enter with a +1. That's good. Ooh, Roiling Dragonstorm. It's only an uncommon, but when the enchantment ETBs, draw 2, discard 1. When a dragon ETBs, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. Nice. So you get a little loot effect anytime a dragon enters and you recast this and it's out already. And I mean, the art is beautiful too. That's sick. Our first rare, if we have multiples, is Lotus Light Dancers, ETBs. Search your... Oh, that's right, this card. People were trying to make combos out of this. I don't know if they're going to work. I saw one that was like, have 16 mana and 4 cards, and maybe it's CDH viable, and I don't think it's CDH viable. But there's ways to break it, because it tutors you for a black card, a green card, and a blue card, all into grave when it enters. So any kind of tutor effect like that on a stick is going to have at least a chance to be broken. I mean, I've yet to see whether that'll happen or not, but time will tell. Like I said, this is a pre-release, so we haven't even seen much. Oh, Snakeskin Veil. This art is beautiful. But we haven't seen much of this set in any constructed formats officially yet, so it's hard to say whether or not things will be broken until people try and break them. A River Regent with an Omen, Coil and Catch. Draw 3, discard 1 for 4. And ETBs return up to 2 target non-land permanents to owner's hand. Okay. Great effect. Truths. Okay. Nothing insane. You can pick up the pace on these just a little bit now. We have a Feral Deathgorger, which we saw before, but in this lovely, lovely frame. Ooh, that art is fantastic. Great job, DZO. Awesome. And Kasari Revenant. Nice. Oh, and upside down Swiftwater Cliffs. That's a fun one. Yeah, so far this set looks fantastic, even in just the play boosters. Collector boosters are my go-to, so I'm extremely excited to see those. But we have Urani, Song Unending, protection from the colors that it's not, ETBs, X damage among any number of creatures and or planeswalkers your opponents control, where X is the number of lands you control. Hey, that's fantastic. Especially in those colors for landfall. Very nice. So some of the other huge hits that we're looking for here. I mean, we already, like I said, have the biggest one with Ugin. But Mox Jasper looks like it may do some stuff in some more competitive formats as well. Time will tell. Oh, I thought about building this guy. Is this the guy that I thought about making commander? ETBs and attacks. Second permanent. Oh, no, not this guy. He's not bad. But there's one that is very similar to... it's another Abzan... Or no, any of the Toughness Matters decks. There's an Abzan commander in those Toughness Matters colors now. That one looks great. Hopefully we open one of those as well. We're into the Grove. Hey, Hydra cares about +1/+1s whenever non-token creature ETBs and endures X, where X is the number of counters on this. Outstanding. This one does not want to open. There it goes. Party Monuments. We have Flamehold Grappler. Whenever this creature ETBs, copy the next spell you cast when you cast it, and you may choose new targets for the copy. There's definitely ways to break this guy. So, nice little hit there. Probably not huge monetarily, but still a very playable card. Well, we already see a cool art. Creature attacks, Surveil 1, Flying Vigilance, 3/3 for 5. Okay, I see you. And Offenza. That's a returning name that I don't know that I saw before this. Flash First Strike, another non-token creature, dies that you control. It endures 2. Nice. I'll be honest, I don't really know what endures 2 does off the top of my head, and these arts do not have the reminder text on them. So I'm sure now that they're reprinting indoors, it'll just become top of mind as people begin playing it again. Ooh, we have another very cool art, and it's maybe a foil. I got a little peek, but not too much. Conqueror. Activated abilities of artifacts, creatures, and planeswalkers can't be activated. A little snacks piece. You gotta have stacks, but not looking forward to it. But this is lovely. This is our first foil in this dragon showcase frame, and that is lovely. Only a few more packs left in this first box, and I'll be just ripping through box 2 as well. We have Fangkeeper's Familiar. Modal spell, when it enters, you choose 1, and it has all great effects in Sultai, and the art just looks great. Oh, wow, okay. I was just about to put the cards down. There is Mox Jasper. So that is the second most expensive card in the entire set. And we opened it in the same box as the first most expensive card in the set, the Ugin Eye of Storms. So, like I said earlier, you cast a colorless spell. What if you cast Mox Jasper? Causes 0 mana, and you get to exile to 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. Outstanding. Oh, that's so hype. I love that play boosters just have that little hit of you can get more than 1 rare. And then it's something like that where, like, well, we had the Fangkeeper's Familiar, and that's a great card. But then right behind it, you just have a Mox Jasper. Sidisi. Ooh, I didn't know you were reprinted in this. Tap, sack a creature with mana value X other than Sidisi, return target creature with mana value X +1 from your graveyard to the battlefield, only as a sorcery. That seems great, and it's legendary. Someone's going to build this as a commander, I'm sure. And Sinkhole Surveyor. Attacks, lose 1, endures 1. Oh, so this is what endures does, +1/+1, or create a spirit. Okay. Nice. Oh, and Kintree Severance. I know this isn't, like, a crazy card, but especially in foil. Ooh, that art is nice. Very nice. Anyone else watch Severance? I know it's the thing that everyone watches, but Kintree Severance, I think, is the second or third card in this set. There's a couple others that also just have Severance in the name, and just a fun little nod. There it is again, Kintree. What a great show. We have Glacierwood Siege, another one of these modal enchantments. That's our rare for that pack. Looks like probably about 7 packs left in this box, so we're in the last 20%. And, Lockstone Battle Priest. Oh, and there's that Siege again, but this time in the full art treatment. Very nice. Teamer or Sultai. Nice. And our rare is All Out Assault, and it's a mythic in, I believe, not Abzan, Mardu? In Mardu. Creatures you control +1/+1 death touch. Enchantment ETBs. If it's your main phase, there's an additional combat phase. Ooh, okay. We love that. Extra Oh, okay, so you can get some of these lands in here. This is what I was talking about this whole time. So this is the island in the Dragon Shadow treatment, I believe they call this art. There's also a Dragon's Eye for each of the basics as well. We're going to see, hopefully, a few of those in the collector boosters. But this is the Dragon Shadow Island. That is lovely. Sandstep Citadel. A rare. Roar of Endless Song. Create a 5/5 elephant on 1 and 2, and then double the power and toughness of each creature you control until end of turn. Nice. Looks like 4 packs to go in box number 1 of Play Boosters. Again, if you're just got a little dinged up, a few of them have. We have a if you're just randomly tuning in partway through, we do have a collector booster box coming in as well. It's up here in this corner that we'll be opening in a little bit. Here's the red land, the red, white, and blue Plains Island. So that's the Jeskai colors. This one is 3 in a red. Exile top card of your library until end of turn. You may play that card. Okay, just the top card. Not too crazy. You'll see if we, or I should say when we open the blue one, because I'm sure we'll get it because it's just at a rare, how crazy the power difference is between that and the others. Focus for me. There we go. Oh, Naga Fleshcrafter. This is a great card. Not huge monetarily, but you may have this creature ETB as a copy of any creature on the battlefield for 4. So clone effect for 4, which is about the normal rate. But the renew effect, 2 in a blue. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put a +1/+1 counter on target non-legendary creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of that card until end of turn. Only as a sorcery for 3 mana. That is a very, very strong effect. And I'm going to be putting this into at least a few decks. I don't know how many, but at least a few. Great card. 2 packs to go. There's our last one at the bottom there. And Perenation. A sorcery in Abzan. Turn on target permanent from your graveyard to the battlefield with hexproof and an indestructible counter on it for 6. Any permanent? That's not bad. Highly, highly playable. And our last pack of box 1. Oop, I see a little legendary there at the end. Try not to spoil you too much. Scavenger Regent. Has a nice little omen. Each non-dragon creature gets -X/-X till end of turn. That's going to go in my Masker Girl deck, 100%. Ooh, and Tursa Light Shatter. This is haste, ETBs, discard 2, draw that many. Up to 2, then draw that many. And when it attacks, 7 or more cards in your graveyard. Exile random from your graveyard. And you can cast this, you can play that card this turn. Oh, okay. Nice. First box down. Once again, we'll have the collector booster at the end here. We're going to hop right on in to Play Booster box number 2. Alrighty. Bring that on down. So from our first box, we got Mox Jasper, Ugin, and a Kotis. But I mean, these 2 alone are just huge, huge hits. Alright, pack 1 of box 2. Let's see what we've got. Ooh, Nature's Rhythm already. Make sure that's not a rare. It's not. Good. Search your library for a creature, mana value X or less, put it onto the battlefield, shuffle, and you can harmonize it for X plus 4 instead. Outstanding little tutor. And an all-out assault. We saw that in the last box. Great stuff. I'm going to put the Nature's Rhythm up there because that is... It's not a huge hit, but insanely, insanely playable. Actually, you know what? All-out assault is going for like $13 right now. I guess extra combats in those colors are just going to see play for sure. I think we got 2 of those in that first box as well. We have another Sinkhole Surveyor. Twin Bolts. Stillness in Motion. Upkeep Mill 3. And then if your library has no cards in it, exile this enchantment. Put 5 from your graveyard on top of your library in any order. Okay, it's a little anti-mill. Ooh, Winter Night Stories. Sorcery, draw 3, discard 2 unless you discard a creature. And it has Harmonize for 4 and a blue. That's very playable, in Commander at least. Sweet. And honestly, probably a bit of a limited bomb as well. 3 mana. Lets you draw 3. And you can play it from grave. We have the Road Watcher. And, ooh, Sibsig Ceremony. Creature spells you cast cost 2 less to cast whenever a creature you control enters. If you cast it, destroy that creature, then create a 2/2. There's definitely ways to break this. A little indestructible for your creatures will go a long, long way. That's awesome. And it's foil. We'll add that to the pile. Okay. We have Teamer Battle Crier. Not Teamer Battle Cry, but the Crier. During your turn, spells you cast cost 1 less for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. What the heck? I've never seen this before. This is fantastic. This goes in every Teamer deck that has creatures. And the Finekeeper's familiar. Nice. Ooh, and there's the art card for the Mox Jasper, I believe, right? Yep, that's Mox Jasper art. That's cool. Alright. Oh, there's another Tempest Hawk. I wasn't keeping count that first box. Let me know in the comments if you were keeping count how many Tempest Hawks we've gotten in this entire opening. Because I'm sure it's enough to put together a little deck. Whether it's sealed, maybe standard even. Might need a few more. If you do need more, you can always get some singles from Jeff Comics. We have a TCG Player link. That is jeffcomics.tcgplayerpro.com. You can check that out for any of these singles. They'll be listed online as well as in store. You can browse it on your phone. Ooh, oh right. And just as I'm saying it, if you want yourself a Mox Jasper, check it out at Jeff Comics at .tcgplayerpro.com. And you too could purchase a Mox Jasper from Jeff Comics. That is JAF Comics. Awesome. Mox Jasper. Got one in our first box, one in our second. Very exciting. If we've already had such great hits from these play booster boxes, I can't even imagine what we're going to get from the collector booster box. We got the Black Tricolor Cares land. Again, I'm really waiting to see that blue one because I don't remember offhand. I think it's Teamer Colors. You can have you add a blue, and then it's blue in a tap, and I think you can make something either uncounterable, a spell that you cast uncounterable, or you can make a copy of it or something like that. But it's very broken. So hopefully we see one to show it off to you. There's still a few big hits that we haven't seen yet, so hopefully we don't have too much overlap with the first box, but there's always a chance. Sage of the Skies. Cast a spell. If you've cast another spell this turn, copy this spell. Okay. I don't think I've seen a ton of white cards that copy spells in the past. When you cast this spell, if you've cast another spell this turn, copy this spell. And you get a token copy. That's cool. Alright, our rare is the white land. This one's whenever you attack. This turn, create 2 warriors that are tapped and attacking. Sack them at end step. Ooh, and here we go. Bedor, kin to all, flying at the beginning of your end step. If creatures you control have total toughness 10 or greater, draw a card. Then, if creatures you control have total toughness 20 or greater, untap each creature you control. Then, if creatures you control have total toughness 40 or greater, each opponent loses half their life rounded up. It's fantastic. I can't wait to lose to this in a Commander game because getting up to 40 toughness is not too hard. That's going to be a great Commander to see. And an awesome card to pull as well. Looks like Bedor is going for close to like $12 or so. Again, pre-release pricing, so if you're interested, check out jaffcomics.tcg Player Pro to see current pricing if we have stuff listed. Someone may have bought the card before you, because I'm sure that Bedor is going to be very in demand. Along with the 2 Mox Jaspers. Woo. This set is heat. Oh, wow, okay. 2 dragons. We have a repeat from our last box, but we haven't seen, let's see, Neriv, Heart of the Storm. Legendary creature flying. If a creature you control that entered this turn would deal damage, deals twice that damage instead. Ooh, it's a little... and a foil Tempest Lock. A little combo piece with that white rare land that we saw earlier that creates 2 tapped and attacking 1/1s. You can have them deal double damage instead. Focus for us. Herd Heirloom. An artifact, 1 mana of any color. Only cast creature, tap it. Target creature you control, power 4 or greater, gains trample. Okay. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. For 1 and a green? Hey, that's not bad. A 2 mana rock. Granted, the mana is only for creature spells, but if you're in green anyway, hey, that is a great card. I'm going to have to pick one of these up myself. There's been so much that's been announced for Magic lately. It's a very exciting time to be a Magic player. And sometimes cards like that just get lost in the shuffle. There's just so much that is very, very exciting. Such as the Final Fantasy set coming up. And then just we have cards like this. Eshki, Dragonclaw, Vigilance Trample Ward 1, getting in combat. If you cast both a creature and non-creature, draw a card, 2+1/+1s. Okay. Ooh, and New Way Forward. Tempest Source will deal damage, prevent it. Then when damage is prevented this way, deals that much damage to that source's controller, and you draw that many cards. And that art is sick. Oh, I thought we had a 3rd rare. I was gonna be not too surprised, because I've seen it before in play boosters. But very happy at least. But alas. And Encroaching Dragonstorm. We've seen this guy before. But fantastic art. Ooh, alright. Narset. Jeskai, Waymaster. End step, discard your hand. If you do, draw cards equal to the number of spells you've cast this turn. So, little storm count matters. I could see this being CEDH viable. I'm not sure if it is or not, but someone out there will tell me, because someone will build that against me. build that and play it against me, I should say. And it's going to do some work that I would never dream of. Warden of the Grove. We saw this before, but always lovely to see. Ooh, and we have another Dragon Shadow Basic. This time the Forest. Lovely. God, the art for this set has been... I mean, don't get me wrong. I loved the art for Aether Drift. But the art, the lore, everything is just another level with Takir. This set is by far my most excited I've been about Magic in probably a couple years. Modal rare. Ooh, and we have the Mardu Siegebreaker. You got the Siege and the Siegebreaker, both in the right colors. Very nice. Open a little signed stamp art card. Nice. Alright, we're about halfway through this box. And we have our collector boosters just sitting there looking at me, waiting for me to open them. Revival of the Ancestors. We have seen this one before. Lovely card. Ooh, Flamehold Grappler. I saw something exciting behind this. I didn't get a good enough look, but we've seen this before. Let's see. Ooh, I pulled two. Oh, Baron Step Siege. Nice Abxander Mardu. Little modal enchantment. Awesome, awesome. Let's see. What have we not pulled yet that's gas? A little Crater Hoof Behemoth action would go crazy. Ooh, whoa, oh. We were 7 cards into the pack and we found the Marsh Flats. So special guests apparently. I mean, that's not... Either we have this many rares after this, or something got out of order or something. But I mean, oh. A special guest fetch land. I know these can have really crazy treatments in the collector boosters, and maybe we'll see one today. But even nonetheless, I mean, this is a fantastic pull. Marsh Flats. Okay, so we have an uncommon afterward. So it's not like an insane god pack or something. Not that that's already not insane, getting a special guests. Because we didn't see a single special guest in our first box. There's our Flesh Crafter again. Like I said, incredibly playable card. And just foil. Okay. It was just a little bit of a random order. Seeing that Marsh Flats. Or, yeah, the Marsh Flats where we did in that pack. That's awesome. I'm glad we're not just taking a chunk of cards and pushing them to the side. Storm Shell, a little turtley guy. Some lightning. Some stun counters. Sweet. Ooh. We have a big old pile of cards over here that we're going to need to move over before we get our collector booster box opened. Just that way we don't have any leaning towers that turn into fallen towers. And a Fenza. Another non-token dies, endures 2. We have something a little exciting. Stadium Headliner. Goblin with Mobilize, nice. I think we've seen him in the regular art before. Looks like about 6 packs left in our play booster box. Ooh, I see a little foily dragon art in the back behind the Sidisi, which we have seen. And, ooh, that is a pretty card. Jeskai Shrine Keeper, Flying Haste. Creature deals combat damage to a player. Gain 1 life, draw a card. Let's see if we can get that to shimmer nicely for us. Woo. The foil treatments that they've come up with recently have been absolutely top notch. Hopefully they're not too prone to pringling like some of them had been in the past. Severance Priests. Curse Rakshasa. 1 and a black. Trample Decayed. Renew for X black. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put a Decayed counter on each of X target creatures. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay. Little way to get some exile stuff happening. Very nice. Yep, we are on our last 3 packs. Smile at Death, a mythic. Upkeep, return 2 target creatures. Power 2 or less from your graveyard to the field. +1/+1 on each of them. Very nice. Herd Heirloom. We saw this guy earlier in the very exciting art, but this is still just a lovely little card. And our last Play Booster pack of Box 2. And our last Play Booster pack of this video. Again, we're going to have a second video here following this one up with the exact same kind of opening. We have 2 Play Booster boxes and another Collector Booster box in that video as well. Again, this is the first of 2 videos. We have already had a very exciting Play Booster boxes in these first ones. Let's take a look at all of our very exciting rares. Our special guest Fetchland, our Bador, our 2 Mox Jaspers. Put those together, one from the first box, one from the second. Nature's Rhythm, 2 Naga Fleshcrafters, our Ugin 2. Woo! Those are 2 outstanding boxes. We're going to take 2 seconds to move all these crazy stack of cards into a box here. And just that way nothing falls over for us. If you need supplies like these long boxes as well, Jeff Comics has you covered. Check them out in store. Alrighty. We've got all of our rares here, all of our crazy hits there. And this is what all y'all are here for. Let me clean up some of these packs. Alright. Let's get to it. Collector Booster Box. 12 Collector Booster packs, and you may have a serialized card in here. There are 500 serialized Mox Jaspers in a, I believe, retro foil treatment. Serialized 1 through 500 throughout the world. So maybe we'll be lucky enough to pull one here. Let's find out together. I love the look of a good old fresh box of collector boosters. Let's take one of these stacks out. Keep one of these stacks over here. Whew. I mean, they do a great job of just making this art pop, creating an awesome experience for opening. Let's see. This is going to be one of those tear ones. Hopefully we can get through these pretty clean. Looks like it. Not clean enough, apparently. There we go. Alrighty. Our first collector booster pack. Of course, you have your foil tokens. Got a copy token. Backside's a monk. And our first foil full art, Inspired Ultimatum. This is why I love opening these collector booster boxes, because you get art like this. Woo! Awesome. Smile at Death. I just looked over. The non-extended art for this is $12. So that is a decent hit already as well. One of our Sieges, our Storm Shell. And yeah, it does look like we will be getting Dragonlands for all of our basics. So there's our Shadow, Dragon Shadow Foil Forest. Very nice. And of course we have a number of commons and uncommons afterwards in these dragon treatments for the first few, and then into regular arts for the rest. But the big hits are going to come from the front of these packs. I believe this is the Japanese printing collation, where we have the rares in the front and the commons and uncommons in the back. Lovely warrior art. Oh, I was going to look at the back. We have a dragon on the back, but that is Ugin, Eye of the Storms. I'm going to pull up my other screen here really quick and just see what this is going for in pre-release pricing. That is $119.99 for a foil Ugin, Eye of the Storms. Again, that's pre-order pricing. Subject to change. Jeff may have completely different stuff, but that is a fantastic hit. Wowie wowie. And the front and back side of these has two different arts. So we have all grown up Ugin on this side. We're going to see we have a Felithar behind this. And the back side is a little baby Ugin. His head's so big, but his body's so small. So you can choose your favorite art between the two. Either way, has the same text on both sides. So you can choose your favorite art in the sleeve and show it off. I would love to show off this Ugin in my decks. Absolutely. Felithar. Behind that, we're just into... Oh, a foil Cotis. We're into the less exciting stuff after a huge hit like that. But, I mean, it's all very exciting nonetheless. We have our island, dragon. Awesome stuff. That's only 2 packs in, and we already have foil full art Ugin. Now, there is even crazier arts than that. There's like halo foils of a different frame entirely. That is just a thing that's only in collector boosters. So we'll see if we find any of those. But yeah, there's some crazy stuff you can open in collector boosters. We have the Siege. Oh, we have a Bedor in this showcase frame. Very nice. Ooh, Sarkhan, Dragon Ascendant. We haven't seen any of him in our other openings yet. If you behold a dragon when he enters, you can create a treasure, which is awesome. It's just Sarkhan going to the Magic game, saying, "Behold, my dragon." And you just reveal Bedor, and you just get a treasure for it. It's so cool. I love that mechanic. Will the Jeskai. We also have our commander only cards that show up in here, unlike the play boosters. Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon. I'm sure this is going to go in every single dragon deck for good reason. And we have another Shadow. This time the Dragon Shadow Swamp Full Art Foil. Sweet. We're going to keep all those there. Plus our lovely all foil commons and uncommons. Very awesome. Alrighty, alrighty. Elephant. Kasari Revenant. Wow, that is a demon. Well, a vampire, actually. But that is terrifying. But incredible art nonetheless. Winter Night Stories. We have seen that before. The Sibsig Ceremony. Tempest Technique. Kasari Revenant. Oh, alrighty. Ooh, a non-foil. Interesting. So you can get non-foils, but this is our first Dragon Eye full art land, and it's the island. Woo! I mean, absolutely stunning. In a 5-color dragon deck, I would love to have every single basic be these Dragon Eyes, because it just looks so good, and they're on theme. Oh my gosh. If you have a dragon deck yourself, and you're interested in getting some of these singles, if you have a dragon deck that needs basics, so I'm assuming every commander deck needs at least a few basics, stop by Jaff Comics or go to jaffcomics.tcgplayerpro.com. We have our Storm Scale Scion. Other dragons get +1/+1, flying, and storm. That's a great card. 6 mana dragon, it's a 4/4, and you just can play a boatload of cards before this, and then just put this guy at the end. Get like 20 of them in a turn. Another Kasari Revenant. Ooh, our first full art saga. Let me actually take a good old look at this, because I have not seen in person. I mean, this looks great. They've not done full art sagas yet. This is their first time doing so. And this looks, I mean, just fantastic. I'd love to see more of these sagas with full art like that. Bedor, Ancestor's Voice again, but in full art. I mean, fantastic. And we have the Dragon Shadow Plains that time, along with a number of commons and uncommons. Almost halfway through our collector booster box. I'm already, I mean, very pleased with what we pulled in this box. The Ugin full art foil. Plus, I mean, just some absolute banger rares and mythics. Ooh, another Scion, or Stormscale Scion. This time in regular foil art. Ooh, that is a fantastic mountain. Little dual-headed dragon shadow. Sweet. All right. We have our other 6 collector booster packs in this collector booster box. We'll lay them out here so we can keep track. Alrighty. Warrior, Sinkhole Surveyor, Tygom, Master Opportunist, Flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, copy it. Then exile the spell you cast with 4 time counters on it. If it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. Very nice. I feel like that's going to be a lovely, little commander. We have a foil this time of the Mountain Dragon's Eye full art land. Ron Spencer, I mean, storied Magic artist, has done a fantastic job. Has he done all of the, yeah, he's done at least the island as well. I can't vouch for the other 3 colors of basics, but he's done the art for both of these. So I'd assume he's done all 5. He did a fantastic job. Very, very nice. I'm sure those basics are going to be sought after for a long, long time. Just because they are absolutely timeless, like all dragons are in Magic. It may have its dips here and there, but there'll be another dragon set one day. Ooh, Awaken the Honored Dead in foil. Full art. Very cool. Followed up with Teyval. Soul Tie. Your spells have Delve. And whenever you cast a spell, lose life equal to its mana value. It's a little bit of drawback, but a huge upside. Maelstrom of the Spear Dragon. Oh, that's the land that we saw earlier. I mean, that is straight out of a D&D, like Player's Handbook or something like that. That is fantastic art as well. Whoa! A Mox Jasper in foil! All right. Another huge hit, like you can expect from your collector booster boxes. Awesome, awesome. The Island and the Dragon Shadow. I mean, just look at these. Don't even worry about Smile at Death. That would normally be an incredible hit, but Mox Jasper and Ugin Eye of the Storms. It's not a serialized Mox Jasper, I get that. But you can't ask for everything. And that is a incredible hit, nonetheless. Alright, we have a Soldier Token behind that. Death Begets Life. Ooh. This is the first time seeing a foil, I think, in this type of art for me. We've probably seen a few, but with such vivid colors in the background, it really pops this time. And this is going straight into my, God, what's his name? The Sultai Commander from the set that I've built. This card goes in there 100%. Magnetic Hellkite. ATBs destroy target non-basic land an opponent controls. They search for a basic. Puts the battlefield tapped with a stun counter. Woo! For 4 mana. Absolutely insane card. Plays a victory. That's going to see play like I said earlier. Zergo? Okay. Just hit after hit. It's hard to keep track. But they are just, I mean, these collector booster boxes are just the most fun to open of any Magic product. Like, I get Secret Lair is great and all. And especially there's the Secret Lair Deadpool that was actually announced recently that will be in WPN stores, potentially including Jaff. We'll see how many get provided. But definitely, if you're interested, stop in, go online. All these are great options if you're interested in playing Magic, getting some Magic cards, singles. And of course, if you want to see more videos like this, because we're going to be doing openings for every single set going forward, at least for the foreseeable future. Just, check us out more on YouTube. There's openings for other TCGs as well, including Lorcana, Yu-Gi-Oh! Ooh, Fangkeeper's familiar. Yeah, hit that subscribe button if you're interested in seeing more content like this. Opening up your favorite TCGs. My favorite TCG, of course, is Magic the Gathering. That's why I'm here doing this for y'all today. So yeah, definitely give us a like if you want to see more Magic the Gathering openings especially. And especially if you want to see more collector booster boxes open, because I would love to see a video that is entirely collector boosters. But you guys have to let us know that that's what you're interested in. Seeing all the really insane rares, foils that you can get from this set. The really exciting stuff. Of course, there will still be some play booster boxes for sure. But let us know. Get in the comments. Give us a like, give us a subscribe to let us know that you love watching these videos. Whoa! Crater Hoof Behemoth in the... It's not the Halo foil. I forget what they call this treatment, but it is kind of ethereal. And, I mean, in foil. Whew. Just shines so nice. That's a fantastic card. Awesome. Crater Hoof Behemoth in the showcase foil frame. Lovely. Yeah, this is why I love opening these packs. Getting cards like this. Getting to share them with all of you that are watching. But yeah, that has been the first, like I said, of 2 videos. We will have more. There will be another coming out shortly after this. Of Takir Dragonstorm, opening the same types of packs, 2 play booster boxes, as well as 1 collector booster box. So 72 packs total, 12 of them collectors. Whew, I mean, these are fantastic cards. That alone is the box. Plus, we have all of these extra playable cards along with them. I mean, you can't go wrong. You can build so many decks. You can put all these cards into some great stuff. Fantastic. Once again, if you're interested in getting these cards, check out Jaff Comics in person, online, jaffcomics.com. Or if you want singles, jaffcomics.tcgplayerpro.com, where you can order singles yourself if you really want this Crater Hoof Behemoth. If you get there first, check it out. It'll be up for sale. Along with the Mox Jasper, the Ugin, just fantastic hits. Or any of the awesome hits that we had from those play booster boxes as well. Check them out there. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you all in the next one. In a couple days, or if you're watching this after this first one's released by a few days, the second one's probably already out. Go check it out right now. Thank you all, and see you there. Bye-bye.